All right, Black Goose TV family, I got a boxing topic that I need your guys' opinion on real quick. It has to do with Canelo Alvarez finally responding to Oscar De La Hoya's claims that Eddie Reynoso had no time for Ryan Garcia when it came to him being up under training with him, and that ultimately led to Ryan Garcia switching to a new coach for his upcoming fight. Canelo's response, or at least to summarize it, bad boy, if you want to see the full response, go check out E! News. He basically said, look, I don't understand where those claims are coming from. Eddie Reynoso is always in the gym. He was in the gym all the way from last year to June, all the way through the new year. He said, if you wanted work, if you wanted help, if you wanted focus, all you had to do was be in the gym. He ultimately said that as long as you're disciplined, as long as you're putting in the work, as long as you show up every day, as long as you give Eddie Reynoso a notion or a reason to believe that he should be helping you attain the highest level of your skill set, then Eddie Reynoso is going to do that. But if for any reason you show that you are not that serious about the sport and you don't want to be the best ever, in other words, if you skip a day of training, if you're inconsistent with your training, if you're telling the trainer you're going to be there at this time, you show up at another time, etc., Eddie Reynoso is going to fall back. In other words, he's only going to work as hard as you work. So if he sees you not working as hard as you should, he is not going to give you his time of day. That is ultimately what Canelo said. He even went as far to say, hey, ask Oscar Valdez, ask Frank Sanchez, ask Andy Ruiz. Even Andy Ruiz knows, hey, if you're here one day, if you're here straight through the week, 1 week, and we see the seriousness, but then it falls off the next week, Eddie Reynoso is going to fall back because he ultimately believes, hey, if you can't get it done yourself, there's not much I can do because there's no self-motivation, more or less. So ultimately, Black Goose family, what I want to know from you guys is whose side do you believe more? Are you on Oscar De La Hoya's and Ryan Garcia's sides? Where basically they're saying, hey, Eddie Reynoso was great, a beautiful camp. I had fun being over there. I learned a lot, but ultimately, he didn't really have enough time for me. He has too many champions. He has too many fighters, especially with Canelo. He's really more so spending his time with those guys. More of his time is tied up with Canelo and them, and someone like a Ryan Garcia, when he came in being the new guy, it just didn't make sense to be able to give him the amount of time that he can give to his already champions or already fighters he's already been working with. So ultimately, Oscar De La Hoya is saying, look, it was a great time over there, but Garcia did not get enough time and he didn't get enough attention from Eddie Reynoso for it to make sense for him to stay there and continue to progress, or felt like he wasn't progressing enough under him. While on the other side, when it comes to Canelo and Eddie Reynoso, they were claiming as long as you show that you are willing to work as hard as possible and you're disciplined, you're not flaking out, etc., Reynoso is going to give you all his time and then some. So simply put is this: if you're not lazy, Eddie Reynoso is going to work with you and give you the time. So who do you guys lean towards? Who do you think is telling the truth? And how do you guys feel about this current situation when it comes to Ryan Garcia leaving Eddie Reynoso and Canelo's thoughts on it? I want to know your guys' opinion. I want to know your thoughts below. Hit the comments section so I can know exactly what you guys feel about it. Hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel if you're not part of the family. I'm up out of here. I'm going to go get my workout in, Black Goose TV family. Hopefully, y'all are enjoying y'all days just as much as I am. I'm out, baby.